Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to this video. I'm Venkat and this is just me an open source channel. Right, in this video let's see how to run and install and run Jenkins in AWS. So this video is going to be very simple. We'll be launching an EC2 instance and then we will be logging into the EC2 instance using SSH and then download Jenkins, install and configure Jenkins. Alright. So on the web browser here, I've logged into my AWS management console using Venkat N as the user. So I'm not using my root account, so I'm using an admin account. If you want, you can follow my second or third video. So it's not always a good practice to use your root account. The root account is the one that you register with your email ID, all right? So don't use that account and create an admin account and then start using that account, all right? So we've logged into the AWS Management Console. I'm going to go to the EC2 service and launch an instance. So let me select Amazon Linux AMI. Okay, we don't need the terminal anymore. And I'm going to choose this image here, Amazon Linux 2 AMI 64-bit. Select, and I'm going to go with T2 Micro because that's free tier eligible. Configure instance details, number of instance 1. Network, it's going to be on the default VPC unless you want to put it in a separate VPC. Subnet, I don't have any preference. If you want, you can choose which subnet you want. So I'm in the EU West 2 region with 3 availability zones, which is London. And I don't think we have to configure anything here. Alright, so the steps are the commands to download, install Jenkins, start the service, and so on. I'll show you how you can do it by logging into the machine, but once I show you, if you know all those commands, I think it will be like 3 or 4 commands to set up and start the Jenkins service. And if you know what are those commands, then you can put it here in the user data section, so you don't have to do anything. And if you launch the instance with the commands here in the user data, it will be run when the instance is launched, not when the instance is started. Because if you restart this instance, it won't get run only when it's launched for the first time. Alright, so add storage, we'll go with the default 8 gig storage. Add tag, let's add some tag, name Jenkins, let's add another tag, project Jenkins demo or something. Configure security group, so I'm going to create a new security group and let's call it security group underscore Jenkins, security group sg underscore Jenkins, security group for Jenkins, and SSH is allowed, but I won't allow SSH connection, only from my IP. And let's add another rule, custom TCP, and I'm going to say port 8080. So that's the port Jenkins runs on. If you want, you can install Nginx as a reverse proxy, so you can just open up port 80 or the HTTP protocol, and then internally in the Nginx configuration you can redirect to 8080. all right, so for now I'm just going to open the port 8080. I'm going to run Jenkins on the default port, review and launch. All right, so click launch. I've already got a key pair. If you don't have one, choose create a new key pair. I'm going to acknowledge. Launch instance, so the instance is being launched. View instances. Yep, instance is being launched, and we will have this public DNS IP copied. And the default username for this AMI is EC2-user. So we should be, once the instance is provisioned, once it's up and running, we should be able to log in through SSH as user EC2-user. Right, so I also need my private key, the AWS key pair that I used. I need to have a copy of my private key, and AWS will have the public key part of it. Right, so it seems to be running, status check initializing, so I think we should be good to connect to it. SSH -I, so that's my identity file, which is the private key, and EC2-user is the user account we are connecting as, and the public DNS name of the EC2 instance. All right, cool, so we are logged in. So now we are going to install Jenkins by adding a Jenkins repository, and then we will start the service. All right, first let's do sudo yum update -y just to make sure that our system is up to date. It seems there are lots of packages waiting to be upgraded. Okay, while it's upgrading, let's go and check what we need to do to install Jenkins. Install Jenkins from jenkins.io, and if we go to the bottom of this page, there should be a section saying that's for Mac OS, Linux, Debian, Ubuntu. I'm looking for Fedora because this is an RPM based distribution. We should be good to run these two commands. All right. So the first command sets up the Jenkins repository, and then the second command imports the key that we can use. Copy that and paste it. All right, so we've got etc yum.repos.d jenkins.repo, and then now let's import this one. Sudo rpm -import, that's done. All right, cool. So now we should be able to install Jenkins. Sudo yum install Jenkins. But this AMI doesn't come with Java. If I do which Java, there's no Java. So Jenkins is a Java process. So you need Java in order to run Jenkins. So while we are installing Jenkins, we also install Java. -y. So once this is installed, we can start the Jenkins service. All right, so Jenkins is installed, and now we should be able to we need to enable Jenkins first. Sudo check config --add Jenkins, sudo systemctl start Jenkins. All right, so Jenkins is running. Sudo systemctl status Jenkins. Jenkins is running, so let's go ahead and copy the public DNS name. I think it's already in my clipboard, and if I go to, nope, that's something else. Let's close that and copy the public DNS name of the EC2 instance we just launched. Okay, it's that one, and paste that :8080. All right, so that's our Jenkins welcome page, which will ask you for the initial admin password. It should be available in our EC2 instance. So copy that path and do sudo cat. Yep, so that's our initial admin password. Let's copy that, paste it here, click continue. Never, not now. Okay, so customize Jenkins, what plugins you need to install. You can go with the suggested plugins, or you can select what plugins you want to install. I'm going to go with the suggested plugins. Right, so I'm going to pause the video and come back when all the plugins have been installed. It's not going to take a lot of time, but it will take about a minute or two. Right, we have few more plugins. I think all the plugins have been downloaded and installed. Let's wait for a few more seconds. We should be seeing the login screen. Okay, so creating your first admin user, let's say username Venkat N, password, full name Venkat Nagapan, email address hello@world.com, save and continue. So is this the Jenkins URL that you will be using? Yes, that's the one. Save and finish. Start using Jenkins. Cool, so that's our Jenkins dashboard. We don't need that anymore, but if you want to look at the Jenkins logs, it's sudo var lib jenkins.log. Sudo less var lib jenkins.log. That should be the one. Sudo less var log jenkins, not var lib jenkins. Var log jenkins.log. Yep, so that's your Jenkins log file. We don't need the terminal. Alright, cool. So we have our Jenkins server up and running. That's it for this video. Please share and subscribe. If you've got any questions, please try this. It's a very simple video. And if you've got any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye bye.